This is good news. Beginning January 1, 2030, physical ugliness, stupidity, and overall ignorance in humans will be things of the past. These undesirable attributes will only be available in history books or as items of fiction. As it is now, plans for big-budget star-studded movies are rolling and bookstores are hunting for and booking award-winning fiction writers with an eye on this multi-billion if not trillion windfall detailing the pre-2030 man. On face value, these findings are like the work of a researcher with an unbalanced mind. But dug deeper, the findings are music to the ears of human race. This discovery is the efforts of high school students who set out to investigate modern trends. The group consisted, not just select students in one discipline, but different personalities and their respective perspectives and conclusions. Academically gifted, average, and below-average students were on the front line. Those with special needs, the physically and the mentally challenged also played their part. Having their say too were students with deviant character and their well-known morally deficient accomplices. But maybe, this thinking saw the light of day courtesy of the sobriety of Catholic Action, Christian Union, Allah Akbar warriors and other school religious outfits and even cults. In their report the amateur researchers were unanimous that ignorance, poor judgment, and difficulties in understanding complex concepts will have no place in our lives come 2030. To start with, they observed that the past 2 decades have recorded an unprecedented explosion of means of knowledge transfer thanks to technology. Internet and mobile technology were highly rated on the scales of facilities enhancing faster achievement of ignorance eradication goals. The ease of use of technological devices, the researchers pointed out, has widened the demographics of knowledge enthusiasts. These devices, they said, could be used by over 90% of the world population, including people with no formal education and non-school going children. The latter comprised the researchers' core interest group. The research further argued that children these days are inclined to brainstorming games unlike in the past when they engaged mostly in physical challenges. It was also noted that whenever a group of mothers meet they all praise the awesome intelligence of their children, a pointer to rapid uptake of knowledge. In the matter of ugliness and physical appeal, the first thought for examination was Darwin's theory of evolution despite resistance from schools' religious groups opposed to its inputs. Darwin's adherents were firm that man is still evolving. That man was once a monkey meant that he will be a sight to behold when he finally becomes what nature intended him to be. The school's religious groups and a fragment of cultists read blatant blasphemy here. They thumped chests and declared that man manned up the day he was created. They reasoned that if Darwin was of stable and convincing mind, man would have by now shed whatever hair he has and probably grown horns. Loudly and passionately proclaiming the might of the Lord, this group sought to know why the evolution pace seemed to have slowed. And now not only did they demand that the evolution bit be expunged from the report, but also what they called Darwin's madness and heresy be removed from all teachings in its entirety. But a fascinating hypothesis agreeable to both factions was what they called selective breeding. The researchers opined that the first and major factor that influences attraction to opposite sex is physical appeal. The combination of genes from beautiful people is almost an assurance of good-looking progeny. Ugly people, they said, tend to have a harder task getting partners and are more likely to remain single altogether, a welcome natural control method of proliferation of ugliness. But if ugly people become successful, especially financially, they attract and even have the courage to venture the beauty territory. The potency of their ugly genes is watered down and forth comes a better-looking child. Selective breeding was also credited with improvement of intelligence, since intelligent people are more likely to associate with their ilk with possibilities of procreation. Also considered separately, albeit not very prominently, was lifestyle and the myriad methods of enhancing looks. This report has been received with heavy criticism and wild acclaim in equal measure from different section of the public depending on the part of the divide people think they fall. But if this is proved to be true, the not very physically attractive and slow learners like the author of this report have a gigantic task faced with years of loneliness and dejection. Please subscribe on this channel for more thought-provoking content. Thank you.